What a night, yeah? We had the fight. Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane. Oh, looking forward to that fight. A little bit disappointed on Ciryl Gane, constantly running away from Jon Jones. But to be fair, any of us in that octagon would have ran away from Jon Jones. Dude is amazingly talented and huge. I think Ciryl Gane got what? $500,000? Man, $500,000. I'd go in there for that octagon. I'd go in there. I would do like those soccer players do, where you've seen those soccer players when they take those falls, when they flop and there's like nobody near them. So Jon Jones wouldn't have to do much. He would just be doing this, and I'd be I'm gone, I'm out, and then I'd be on the mat with my hand out for some money, man. Give me my $500,000. I'd take that. I'll take it. Then we had the bullet fight, Valentina versus some woman, Alexa Grasso, I want to say. I might be wrong, but that was a surprising fight. I'm a big bullet fan, but now not talking about those fights. Talk about Chris Rock. What a night, man! What a night. Now, regardless of whether you think Chris Rock's funny or not, regardless of whether you think that special was funny or not, people were interested in what Chris Rock was going to say about Will Smith. Yeah? And he finally got to it. Towards the end. He teased it throughout the show, and then in the end, he got to it. I believe Chris Rock to be one of the greats in my top 5 comedians of all time, for my generation. But I look at Chris Rock and I say, I put him in the group with many of people who have success but no rest. Tell you what I mean here. This is in Matthew chapter 11, verses 25 through 30. And I got to add a little bit of context here. Before Jesus says what I'm about to read, Jesus is he's condemning cities that he went and did miracles in, preached in, and they didn't repent. And now he's saying that it's going to be better for Sodom. And y'all know Sodom and Gomorrah, right? It's better for them than for those cities who didn't repent. And then he says, he's talking to God the Father. He says, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this was your good pleasure. All things have been committed to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal them. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light. That's good stuff, people. That's real good stuff. Read that. That's good stuff. Again, that's Matthew chapter 11, 25 through 30. It's so good, I want to read it again. Not all of it. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. So I look at Chris Rock, someone who has success without rest. You can tell by how he's talking about Will Smith towards the end of his special. And saving all this for now. It's been what, a year? I don't know exactly how long, but around a year, I guess. And still has this. Still holding on to this. Still having this part of his special. Hasn't dealt with it. That's a problem. Not a problem for him professionally, but for him personally. Right? We all have people who hurt us. And but how are we going to deal with that hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like Chris Rock kept saying in his special that he's not a victim. He's not going out here crying the blues, being some sort of pretend victim. I disagree with him. He was attacked. If you get attacked, you are a victim. And there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like In our culture today, that victim somehow is some sort of dirty word. Or if someone is a victim, that people look down on them, that people pity them. We all get victimized from time to time. In this life, you're going to be a victim. But it's what you're going to do once you become a victim. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to let all that unrest, all that frustration, all that pain, all that fear bring you down, keep you down, chain you up, pervert you? Or are you going to find a way to deal with it and move on with your life? You don't want to walk around with all that hurt inside. Too many people in this world walking around with so much hurt inside, so much frustration inside, so much pain from the past. And they never figure out how to let it go. They never figure out how to forgive. They never figure out how to heal. And we have the answer here, what we just read. So Jesus, he's condemning those cities because he was there. He was there to offer them this comfort that he's talking about. He was there to offer them this salvation. They refused. Like a lot of people in our culture today refuse salvation. They refuse to be comforted. They want the pain. That sounds weird, right? But again, we have people clamoring for Chris Rock to say something nasty about Will Smith, right? Like he's our avatar. Come on, Chris, say something, say something. There's people cheering that on. And now there's people probably cheering on what's Will Smith going to do in reaction to what Chris Rock said. Is Jada Pinkett Smith going to do something? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of sick, right? It's kind of sick, but that's what our society does. So we have Jesus denouncing these cities because of this. Because they won't receive him. They hadn't received him, even though he was there, trying. Right? Giving them the opportunity. Being gracious. And this salvation is come to me. Come to me. With all that pain, all that frustration that you have, come to me. Come to me, all you are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. I will take that pain away. I will take that frustration away. You don't have to walk around with that. I will heal you so that you can move forward in strength. Too many of us, like Chris Rock, been hurt. We're holding on to that hurt. And he's, a lot of comedians make a lot of money on hurt. But again, then you're just, you're successful without the rest. And for me personally, my personal opinion, if you don't have the rest, if you don't have the peace, then earning that money wasn't worth it. So choose rest. To me, the best way to find rest is Christ. What I just read. Come to me, all you weary and burdened, I will give you rest. I'll give you rest. I'm trying to give you rest. Come to me. I'm here. The rest of Christ is better than any of the substances out there, any type of meditation out there, better than any type of retreat you can go on, better than any type of self-help book you can read, any incense you can burn. I'm not knocking all that stuff. Some of these things are medically, psychologically relevant, but the best way to find peace, rest, is Christ. It's everlasting. It's a peace that you have internally. It's a well you can go to. To choose peace, people. Too many people out there seeking success without rest, who have success without rest. That's not cheer for this angst. That's not cheer for this frustration that plagues all of us. Let's not be like those cities that Jesus condemned. Let's come to him. Jesus is saying, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest.